Hi, Jordan. Alright, today we're going to start a new story, and it's called The Way I Go to School. So before we start, in the story it tells us all different ways people get to school. So, what I want us to do, what are some ways that you know we get to school?
We can get on the bus.
Also, we can go on a bus. What else?
We can go in a car. Or walk to school.
Or we can walk sometimes. Those are very good things. What do you want to know about how we can get to school? What are ways we want to know? What are some new ways that you do not know that you want to learn? It could be a way that's something that's different.
Sometimes. How come?
What do you do outside sometimes?
You can play.
You play with what? On your, you go outside and you ride your,
Bike.
so maybe you want to know if people take a bike? You want to know one way I want to know how people get to school? What about if they roller skate or a scooter? Could they get to school that way? That would be a good way. Do you have anything else? What?
I would say you can drive. Like sometimes kids take to school, sometimes they have a van that they get to.
Ooh, sometimes they have a bigger van. We want to know about that. Those are all very good ideas. So what you know is a bus, a car, and sometimes people walk. We want to learn more about bikes, roller skates, scooters, and vans. And when we're all done our story, we're going to add to it. Okay? So we're just going to take that down and we're going to save this for when we're done our story. So we have 3 new vocabulary words. And you're going to say them with me. Alright, you ready to say them with me? You ready? Car, wheelchair, taxi. So I have 3 pictures of each of these words because we're going to see these words in our story. So this is what do you think this is?
A car.
So we have our picture of our car and it has our words. Ready? C. So C-A-R spells car. C-A-R spells car. Hi ho the dairy. C-A-R spells car. That's an easy peasy one we can remember, huh? What about this one? What does this look like? Have you ever seen this picture before?
No, but I saw it in some hospital.
Some hospitals. So sometimes we see these in hospitals or for friends that we can't walk. So this is a wheelchair. Say it with me.
Wheelchair.
A wheelchair. And let's spell it. W-H-E-L-C-H-A-I-R. Wheelchair.
That's a big word.
It is a very big word. A wheelchair is a very big word. And let's look at this wheelchair. Does it look like our car? No, because does someone drive this? And does somebody drive this?
No.
No, so this you have to sit in and you kind of like what? Wheel around.
And sometimes people can't walk.
Because people can't walk. So we see people that may have trouble walking or they need some help. They do it themselves. And this is our last one. You ready? Taxi. Let me hear you say it.
Taxi.
Taxi. Let's spell it. T-A-X-I. One more time.
T-A-X-I.
Taxi. Thank you for waiting so nicely, Jordan. So what did we say this word was? A taxi. And how much do you know about a taxi?
Sometimes when you want to go.
They know where you want to go because you have to tell them. Now, how is this the same, do you know?
Yes.
What makes them the same?
Because they both have
They both have windows.
but they both have wheels.
They both have wheels, and somebody has to what? Drive it. But a taxi, you have to pay them. You have to pay them. Whereas a car, you do it yourself. And a wheelchair, do you drive it or you just sit in it? You just sit in it. So we're gonna do something. We're gonna do one together, and you're gonna do a couple by yourself. So this is a worksheet. It's called the Frayer model. Mystical loves it. So we're gonna write our word. So here's my word, and we're gonna put it up here so we can see. What is our very first one we are gonna do? Car. So I want to write the word car, and we get to use our smelly markers. I'm gonna write the word car in the middle. How do we spell car? C A R. Awesome job spelling the word car. What do you think a car means? What does that word mean, a car? If I had to give a definition, what do you think it means?
It means like sometimes people need a ride but they don't have a car.
So sometimes people need a ride and you have to, sometimes we need a ride and you have to go in a, you have to drive it. So you people, I'm going to write that, people, or I can draw a picture. People need a ride. Where do they need a ride to?
But sometimes they ride.
So sometimes we need a ride to get to a train.
Sometimes we need a ride to go like to your house.
Sometimes you need a ride to get to a place. So a characteristics means what does a car have? And you already said one thing. It has what? Windows. What else does a car have? Wheels. What else?
And they have.
So remember, I can draw my wheels and I can draw my windows. They have what?
They have. Sometimes they have lights they can see at the dark.
You need lights to see in the dark, so I'm going to make a nice big light bulb. What else does a car have? Do you know?
They have these little, the big lights, and sometimes they look like some.
So they have the big lines. What else?
And they look like little fans.
Oh, you mean they have like the air condition. So that's where the air comes out, right? So we have like that little line that's inside the car. So then over here, I'm going to draw an example of a car. Now this is a simple car. Right? On the car, we need our windows, our doors, our lights. Okay? What's not an example of a car? What could I draw for not an example of a car?
You cannot have like these things on the bike. You can't
Oh, like a bike, like these things like that? So that's not an example of a car, right? If I sit on the bike, that's a simple bike. Right? So we have to make sure. So you're going to do one now. And we're going to do this one. This is called a what? What's this word, Jordan? Taxi. Awesome job. So can you write the word taxi in the middle like we wrote the word up here? So pick a color. Nice job. Go ahead. A. Good job. Writing those letters. Taxi. So what do you think a taxi is? What is a taxi?
Sometimes it looks like something up top, and then it looks like something like with the cops and the people.
How do you get to taxi?
Oh, you have to wait at
So you have to wait and what?
and you have to wait at the seat.
All right. Thank you, Jordan. So we have to wait, and what else? So you have to wait and get a ride. Do you want to write that in that box? And look, I'll draw you some lines so you can write the words on the lines. Because you did an awesome job telling me what a taxi is. And how do you spell and? Sight word. A-N-D. N-E-D. Wait and get. What do you hear? G, girl. E-S. So can you draw a seat? Draw a seat. What else? 1, 2, 3, what? So now, they have the 3 seats in the back. So you have at the bottom. What does a taxi look like? Can you do your best taxi for me? Go ahead. Right. What's not an example of a taxi? So what's something that's not a taxi? A scooter is not a taxi because do you drive a scooter? No. Do you pay someone to ride in it? No. You are. That is an awesome scooter. So you forgot your wheels, right? So let's look at it. I'm going to hold it up so we can see. So you have your definition. You said it's what? Wait and get a ride. And these are things that are in a taxi. We have our seat, window, light, and door. And then this is what your taxi looks like. So you have your driver, and then you're sitting in the back because you paid for them. And then what's not an example of a taxi? A scooter, because we don't drive in it. And you don't pay someone to do it. So awesome job. We have one more word, and it's our very long word. Are you ready? You ready to see it? What is it again?
It's wheelchair.
Wheelchair. Love how you remembered it. Nice job. And wheelchair is a very long word. So you're going to kind of do this one all by yourself. You think you can do it? All right, so remember what goes in the middle? We have to write the word wheelchair right in the... Can you fit that very long word on that line? I love how you wrote that word wheelchair. Let's look at that real fast. Does it look like that? So you have wheelchair. And you did a nice job thinking because you knew it wouldn't fit. Give me a high five again. Very proud. So what's a definition? We have our wheelchair here. So when we see this word, we'll know that you have to roll in it wide. Because you can't walk. And it definitely has to have some wheels and a seat. And then your person sits in it. And what's not a wheelchair? So we're going to look over at these words one more time. What? A car that you what? You have to pay to get in. Awesome job remembering. What's this one? What do you have to do for a wheelchair? You want to look at your paper? So what do you have? Wheelchair has to be what? Do you remember what you wrote? Roll yourself.
And then sometimes
People help you. They push you. Why are you sitting in the wheelchair? So some of your legs hurt or you hurt yourself? Awesome job.
you last night? Colorful?